So, in today's video, I want to talk about how your limits are just illusions. They tell you to know your place, to understand your limitations, to stay within the lines that have been drawn for you. They hand you a script and tell you to read your lines, to play your part, to accept the ceiling that hovers just above your head. And for a long time, you believe them. You look at your past failures, you feel the weight of your perceived weaknesses, and you accept that there are some things you just can't do. But let me tell you something that will change your life forever. The lines aren't real. The ceiling isn't real. The limits are just an illusion. Because, my friends, they are a story you tell yourself to avoid the brutal, magnificent reality of what you are truly capable of. They are a self-imposed prison, built with bricks of doubt and cemented with fear. The most dangerous chains we ever wear are not the ones placed on us by the world, but the ones we forge for ourselves and lock with our own minds. You've experienced this before. That moment when you realize something you've been told your whole life isn't true. Remember the first time you ran a mile without stopping. You probably thought you couldn't, and then you did. Remember that time you were sure you would never learn a new language, find your special someone, get that job, start that business, and then you did. Every single breakthrough you've ever had, every single time you've achieved something you once thought was out of your reach, was a moment when you shattered an illusion. A moment when you proved that the voice of doubt was a liar. So why do we keep building these walls? Why do we voluntarily cage ourselves with the bars of our own design? Because it's comfortable. It's safe. It's easier to say, I can't, than to try and fail. It is easier to live with an illusion of limitation than to face the terrifying freedom of unlimited potential. But here's the brutal truth. That same comfort is slowly killing you from the inside out. It's turning your dreams into dust and burying your potential 6 feet under. It's making you a coward. Not in the traditional sense, but in the truest, deepest sense, you are becoming fearful of your own greatness. Fearful of what you could be if you let go of the chains. Fearful of the responsibility that comes with unlimited potential. Here's another harsh truth. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be brave enough to keep moving forward one step at a time. Do you really think those who came before you, those whose names echo through history, they didn't feel fear? Of course they did. But they chose action anyway. They chose to push through the fear, to ignore the voices that told them to stay in their lane. They knew that the only way to overcome fear is not to run away from it, but to move towards their purpose. Let me ask you a question. What would happen if you stopped telling yourself, I can't? What if you looked at the world not as a place that owes you anything, but as a place where anything is possible? If you dared to dream bigger than your current reality, if you allowed yourself to see the vast, uncharted territory of your potential, what if you realized that the person you're waiting for to come and save you, to make your dreams come true, is actually you? Here's the secret. We don't lack the ability to achieve extraordinary things. We lack the belief. We are perfectly capable of achieving anything we set our minds to. But we limit ourselves by the stories we tell ourselves. By the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we can do, what we deserve. These stories shape our reality. They determine whether we rise to meet the challenges of life or crumble in the face of them. Look at the giants you admire, the titans of industry, the warriors of spirit, the artists of passion. They didn't get there by following the crowd. They got there by ignoring the naysayers, by laughing in the face of impossibility. They dared to dream beyond their circumstances, and in doing so, changed the world. Now I know it's scary. It's terrifying to think about a world without limits, a world without rules. But here's the paradox. True freedom is not found in chaos, but in discipline. Discipline to hone your skills, to master your craft, to push through the pain, to endure the loneliness of the journey. True freedom is not the absence of struggle, but the mastery of it. It's the ability to turn every obstacle into fuel, every setback into a stepping stone. Think about the times you pushed through the pain, The times you ignored the voices that told you to quit. The times you dared to dream beyond your wildest nightmares. Where are you now? Here. You are here because you dared to dream. Daring to dream is what brought you here. Listen, the world needs you to dare to dream. It needs you to push beyond your limits, to shatter the illusions that hold you back. The world needs you to be fearless, not because life is easy, but because life is hard and you're stronger than you think. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine your life 5 years from now. Imagine the person you want to be, the things you want to achieve, the impact you want to make. Hold on to that vision with everything you are, with everything you have. Let it be your North Star, guiding you through the darkness, motivating you when you're tired, inspiring you when you're scared. When the voices of doubt try to creep in, when the fear of failure tries to paralyze you, remember this: the only way to silence the voices is to drown them out with your actions, to outrun the fear with your progress, to outwork the doubt with your dedication. Here's the ultimate truth. You don't need permission to pursue your dreams. You don't need validation from anyone but yourself. You don't need to be perfect to get started. All you need is a willingness to try, a refusal to give up, and an unwavering belief in yourself. This is your call to action. This is your wake-up call. The world is waiting for you to ignite your brilliance. Don't let it down. Don't let yourself down. And here's the beautiful part. As you shatter each illusion, as you push through each barrier, you become more than you were before. You become stronger, wiser, more resilient. Because here's the secret. Our limitations are only as real as we believe them to be. And the only way to break through them is to refuse to believe in our own lies. So go out there and live a life that matters. Go out there and make your mark on the world. Go out there and be the hero of your own story. And remember, your limits are just illusions. Break through them, shatter them, outgrow them. Because you are limitless, you are boundless, you are extraordinary. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, we have another powerful video here that I think you'll love. It's called The Hardest Work You Will Ever Do. Thank you so much for watching.